Now, you're probably noticing that we have had some different people that we've been working with in each of these different dungeons here in Akandun. Now, we have, well, these guys. Even a Nexus Prince is here. If you've been sent to kill me, please take a number and wait your turn. Alright, it looks safe. Get in here, there, engineer. If I make it through, I expect a pay raise. That Schaffer is a clever one. He's... Damn it, how are we ever gonna get through their security measures? He's rigged the entrance with some sort of ward to prevent other ethereal groups from entering. We're working on breaking through these defenses so we can get in there and take what's ours. I've got top ethereals working on this around the clock. We'll have it open any minute now. I can feel it. So this, of course, goes into, the stuff involving the ethereals, which, I mean, we're not, on uncommon with them and not on bad terms. Like, for goodness sakes, we have plenty of them in our capital cities, because a lot of them are the ones who are doing our transmogs, And, well, yeah. I don't give a damn what Shafar's ethereals have placed over the entrance of the mana tubes. You will work until those wards are removed, and the consortium can move in safely and take what is rightfully ours. So, remember what I've been saying about the last two, how we are doing things here to help gain the favor of allies in our ongoing battle against the Legion and Illidan's forces, the Illidari, again, remember, Ilsheimer's. Now, this is interesting. I thought these guys had quests. I hope I haven't actually accidentally done the quests in here. I hope that's not the case. Nexus Prince Haramad kept telling me that if we didn't find a way through Shafar's ward soon, that I'd be the next subject. He wasn't bluffing. What is an ologist, you ask? Why, it means I study everything. I'm more knowledgeable about any subject you can think of, anyone you know, or anyone you'll ever know. Getting through Shafar's ward was nothing. Morphalius wouldn't have a scratch on him if he had just listened to me. Always doing things his way, that one. That actually stunned me.
I need to target something first. It's too far away.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've done this one in time walking at some point, or maybe leveling a character, because I certainly remember this. This is Pandemonius. You probably recognize him. He looks, he's basically a Void Lord that Warlocks use. This infamous Void Lord is also known as the Duke of Chaos, the Eater of Nations, and World Slayer. Pandemonius was one of the commanders serving under Demencius when the ethereal homeworld of Karesh was destroyed. He was later bound by Nexus Prince Shafar and forced to continue sating his unending hunger in service to the ethereals. I find myself wondering if I have already done these, possibly leveling this character, in which case I apologize. I may have to actually check on other characters, because I assumed that I had not even touched this entire expansion or any of these dungeons with this character. So I thought every quest in every dungeon would be available on this guy. It's possible. I may actually have to redo this entire video. I'm sorry, I forgot to read what his fight was supposed to be like and see if I could show off some stuff. I apologize. So he has Shadow Melee. His melee attacks hit for shadow damage. He has Void Blast. He will fire a volley of Void Bolts and knock him, doing damage, knock him back. And he shifts into the Void, reflecting spells and inflicting shadow damage to melee attackers for 6 seconds. Pretty simple fight, though I'm sure on Heroic it was probably a little more difficult. You'll also notice there's a lot of ethereals here. Now you're probably going, wait a minute, aren't we helping the ethereals? Well, yes, but not all of them. See, here's the thing. Like with a number of other groups and races, after all, we encounter Aragar that are not part of the Draenei that we work with, the ethereals are divided. There's the good ethereals that are totally cool with working with us and, you know, just doing business with us and such. And then there are the ethereals that are, like, intent on, you know, like, say, you know, trying to rebuild their empire, expand it, or how do I put this? Become even more with the void than they already are because they think that's like the greatest thing that can be accomplished. And this is something we actually encounter in Legion, where we go to the Nexus and we encounter this ethereal who he's like, I will become void! Like, it's like the greatest thing ever. And it's like, what? Because he apparently considers that to be the greatest, you know, accomplishment for an ethereal. And there's some other ones we encounter later on as well when we go to the Sea of Triumvirate, but that's for Legion, not Burning Crusade. This is Tavarok. Under the command of Kael the Sunstrider, Panthaleon, the Calculator, summoned a powerful colossus to gather the arcane energies flowing from beneath the mana tombs. Tavarok has unexpectedly been transformed by the unique emanations, losing the red-tinged corruption of Panthaleon's influence. The White Colossus has gained his own free will and uses it to greedily consume all who would stand in his way. I recall having experienced this fight, I think, when I've been leveling a character in dungeons, an alt. And yeah, he's got Earthquake, which is a nasty stun. He's got, you know, an Arcing Smash. And he's got Crystal Prison. I recall actually facing this guy because I remember leveling an alt and the Earthquake stun.
Stun incoming.
Alright, well that didn't seem to affect me at all this time. I'm surprised that it didn't stun me.
Stun incoming.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I guess I'm just too high level for him to even stun me anymore. Huh. That's another version of the Rhaegar shoulders, as I call them. I may have to come back here on a male character to collect those. Even though I've already got the ones from Blackwing Lair. So yeah, lots of ethereals, lots of Nexus Stalkers, yeah.
I need to get closer.
Yeah, I remember these Nexus Terrors also being nasty trash to deal with. Yeah, I think, isn't Yor like an optional boss here? Because I don't see him, and I'm trying to remember. I think there was a way to actually get him summoned here. Oh, requires Shafar's Stasis Chamber Key. Okay, so, because we're actually going to be facing Shafar.
You must forgive me, but I was not expecting company. As you can see, we are somewhat preoccupied right now. But no matter. As I am a gracious host, I will tend to you. Personally.
Well, very well then, Shafar. Convinced that vast riches lay within the depths of the mana tombs, Nexus Prince Shafar has spent untold amounts of his own considerable fortune to move an army into the shadowed halls of this crumbling ruin, and to keep competing ethereals out. The prince's greed knows no bounds, and he has vowed to uncover the mysteries of the mana tombs, or die trying. Yeah, I'm convinced at this point that I'm gonna have to redo this. But I'm going to go ahead and just finish this up just in case. Because maybe there isn't. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but usually every one of these dungeons had quests involved in them. Because that's how BC was back then. Alright, so. Shafar's fight. He's got Fireball, Frostbolt, Frost Nova, Blink. He's, obviously a mage. He's got these Ethereal Beacons, which will do Arcane Bolt, Ethereal Apprentice, summons an apprentice, which destroys itself in the process. It's basically a fight against a mage.
An epic battle! How exciting! I have such fascinating things to show you.
Killads.
So, summon more beacons, which summon more apprentices, yeah. I must bid you farewell. Where is his key? Yeah, that's a bonus, but I don't know how to summon him. So, I'm going to grab another character and see if maybe we can do this again, but this time on a character that hasn't done the quests in here. So, I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back. I was right. There are quests here. I apologize. So, I first checked this on my main shaman, and then I realized, wait, no, I leveled him entirely, so he would have possibly done these. But here's the Volpera shaman that you guys saw me do Blackrock Depths with. I knew for a fact that she had not touched these dungeons. And, of course, there are quests here. It's nearly safe for our men to come in here and take what's rightfully ours. The real danger now is Shafar's personal army that he was crawling all over this place. That he has crawling over this place. I need you to take care of his forces for me while I regain my strength. With his ward in place and his forces ready, next Prince Shafar has been able to pillage this place for all it's worth, without so much as an ounce of trouble. Unsurprisingly, Nexus Prince Haramad is not pleased by this, and has placed a hefty bounty on Shafar's head. There is a creature not far inside these halls called Pandemonius, who is able to twist void energies to sustain and empower itself. A bit further in lies Tavarok, a being that takes those same void energies and converts them into a crystalline structure stronger than any I've ever seen. I absolutely must obtain samples for further study. Alright, so I went ahead and messed around with her a bit more in terms of getting her to level 61 in dungeons. Because I was partly curious about, how she was going to play. Plus I also want to try and get her a little bit more better geared. Because, for one thing, I couldn't even queue into Dragonflight dungeons unless I got her eye level up. So I had like a level 50 ring on her, so I had to grab this. Even though it has strength on it, it was a 158 ring on the auction house for a very stupid cheap amount of gold. Because I was just trying to raise her eye level up just so she could queue for Dragonflight Dungeons. Because, well, if you look at how much it gives a lot of XP. So anyways. By the way, I know that Enhancement Shaman has usually been, like, the go-to, but I've seen some Elemental Shamans do pretty well. Although, the other day I had an Enhancement Shaman in my Mythic Plus dungeon, and his Chain Lightning was the big damage healer. So, I messed up last time. Let's see if I can actually... Oops.
Racist.
Maybe just show off his, this character a bit. Nope, never mind. I must have accidentally meleeed him. Sorry. So we need to now take down 5 Stonkers and 5 Spellbinders. It's always bothered me that I could never stealth as a ghost wolf. I'm just like, really? Druids get to have this stealth with their cat forms, but I can't stealth as a ghost wolf? I mean, come on, Blizz. Let a shaman and go, let our ghost wolves have the option to stealth. What would be so bad about that, right? I mean, come on. I'm just saying. It makes sense to me. It's a ghost wolf. You're telling me I can't have the, that I'm not able to actually stealth? I'm used to Chain Lightning, I think, being on 5 on my other, so I keep hitting 5 instead of 4. By the way, notice you're also getting rep with the Consortium. That's part of what I was talking about earlier, about how doing stuff like this is you getting, favor with your allies, aka you were getting rep with these factions. Because you were doing something that they need or want help with. Ooh, hello. It's probably best to just leave that alone. Alright. I may actually need to take a moment to look up how I can get this key, so I can show you guys the your fight. Which I don't know if I've ever actually done, because a lot of times people just don't even bother. They just defeat Shafar and then they leave.
What is this? You must forgive me, but I was not expecting company. As you can see, we are somewhat preoccupied right now. But no matter, as I am a gracious host, I will tend to you, personally.
I'm looking up where or how to get the key. The item is a quest reward. You must be revered with the Consortium to receive this quest. Oh, never mind. So this was something you had to work on your rep with the Consortium, and then you would, once you got to revered, you could be able to actually get the quest, or get the reward in order to get the key, in order to summon your, which I'm sure would have gotten you, like it would have been like, just double breath and stomp. A gift from Illidan's Stormrage to accompany Nexus Prince Shafar. Yor is a void hound of unlimited savagery and power. The prince's advisors warned him that Illidan's demonic gift was most likely to ruse set to betray Shafar once he had met his goals. The prince fed those advisors to Yor, but has since kept the hound in a stasis chamber, just in case. So back then he would have dropped, well, hold on, that's just my shaman. So there's a number of different chess pieces he could have dropped for you, and lots of different rings. I imagine some of these rings were like, or even these chess pieces, especially on Heroic, was like, yo! You'll also notice, yes, this is a option for a time-walking dungeon, so... But, yeah. I would imagine that was like, a big deal back then. That's just my guess.
I am wrong for a good adventure.
I like how that now makes everything in the room come after me. Oh well. So sorry I can't show you the Aura fight. This is one of those bonus bosses you literally had to rep grind just to be able to summon it. And I don't think I have a character that has that kind of rep. I've never gone back and done that for the old BC content, even though I want to at some point. There's plenty of stuff I haven't done in BC that I would like to do. These samples are absolutely fantastic. They'll work very nicely. Splendid! Haramad will be delighted to hear the good news. All of this ripe for his taking. I didn't honestly think a Volpera would be able to defeat a Nexus Prince. I'm amused he knows what that is. You've surprised me, and you've earned the handsome reward that you were promised. So, sorry that I basically had to show you guys that dungeon twice. I apologize. Or rather, maybe I'll just cut out the first run. Because I showed different things. So, yeah. Sorry that I had to show this twice. I forgot that apparently my warrior had done this probably in time walking. Sorry. I'll double check that he has the quest in the last one we do here, which will be the Shadow Labyrinth. Stay tuned for that.